This little bird has been flitting around my campsite here and giving me a few messages that I wasn't expecting. So this morning I was up and at it, ready to cut the floor, the internal floor for my tiny home here. And I was gonna prep it and get it ready so that I could pour honey on it and get the bees doing their thing on it. And I noticed almost right away that it was way too thin for a floor piece. And my immediate reaction was like, well, I'll figure it out. I'll find a way to reinforce it and just and work with it. And I've had this experience multiple times before where I hear a bird calling in the background, and it feels like that bird is communicating something to me. And maybe it's just my conscious, subconscious, maybe the bird is a part of my subconscious, or maybe my subconscious is allowing that bird to speak to the current moment. But I had this feeling of step back, don't rush into it, and just take a moment to think about it. And a few days ago I realized that I didn't have the right thickness of wood for my roof. So as I thought about it, I realized I can use this wood for the roof, and then I'm just gonna have to buy some thicker wood for the internal flooring. But then a few moments later, that same bird, which has been flying around my camp since then, came and flew over this shit stack back here, which I had started collecting with the intention of creating a pile to see how much cow shit I could collect, and potentially use it in between the walls for insulation, along with some of the tall river grass that is growing down by the Salt River here. So I took it as a sign that I'm supposed to at least pursue that idea. And I really don't like working with unnatural stuff, and fiberglass insulation is horrible. Even the foam stuff is just a little bit better because you're not necessarily getting it all on your skin and stuff like that, but it's also just not natural. And so the idea of using cow shit really appealed to me. I just like working with mud, and so I would incorporate it into some mud potentially, and then layer it in with river grass and cow shit and mud. My main concern was whether or not it was going to be too heavy. So I'll just have to play around with a recipe for that. But the birds are speaking this morning, and it's a beautiful day. I'm getting ready to build the little kitchen cabinet for this tiny home, because I need a spot to set up and cook from my campsite while I'm building the rest of the structure here. So. There it is, my kitchen. Turned out pretty okay. First time working with this sheet metal studs, and it's pretty forgiving. And now it's time for a swim.